Coming up on the new ATV Fastcast.
He's not doing his job to represent minority rights.
Protesters aren't happy with Governor Cox. We'll tell you what bills he signed that have them so upset.
Come shrug with us as we try to figure out why this building near Old Main is still not finished.
We want to show you that we're a part of your community and we want you to be a part of ours.
How does the Black Student Union want to do that? We'll show you how food is involved.
It's been highs and lows for USU sports this spring. I'll show you what men's basketball can expect for the postseason.
All that and more on the new ATV Fastcast.
From the campus of Utah State University in Logan, Utah, the Department of Journalism and Communication presents the award-winning newscast, ATV News.
Welcome to this edition of ATV News. I'm Julie Rodriguez.
And I'm Kaylee Moss. The President's Forum on Conflict and Conflict Resolution took place on Monday at the Wanlis Performance Hall. Audiences clapped as President Cantwell sat down with Governor Cox and the founder of Moral Courage College to discuss how people can have conversations about differing beliefs on big issues without creating a conflict between each other.
Even if you think you're doing your issue or your cause a favor by, staking your claim and sticking to it, chances are you're only making the so-called other side more defensive and more dogmatic than they even mean to be.
Manji's Moral Courage method gives 5 skills for engaging with people whose beliefs differ from yours. Breathe deeply to give your brain the oxygen it needs to think more clearly. Don't wait to find common ground, create it. Before stating your beliefs, ask what the other person believes. Listen to learn, not to win. Ask another question by starting with, tell me more. You can learn more about the Moral Courage method through a link on our Facebook page.
Governor Cox signed 2 new bills affecting public schools and universities. House Bill 261 bans diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. The bill says these initiatives are discriminatory. Public education, higher education, and government employers will no longer be allowed to participate in such initiatives. Among the changes, diversity and inclusion offices will not be funded. The bill allows for the creation of student success offices. The bill takes effect July 1st.
Cox also signed a bill that restricts the use of bathrooms in public and government buildings. House Bill 257 is effective immediately. Transgender students are not allowed to use restrooms or locker rooms that align with their gender identity. Transgender people of all ages are restricted from using changing rooms that don't match their sex assigned at birth in government-owned or operated facilities. Legislators say transgender people can use all gender bathrooms as an alternative. The bill includes enhanced penalties for committing certain offenses within a public restroom, shower, or locker room. While the bill does not specify punishments for a transgender person who simply uses a bathroom or locker room they identify with, Senator Dan McKay says they could still face criminal charges for just entering and behaving appropriately in a bathroom not designated for the sex they were assigned at birth. McKay says, I think that's the best way for everybody to look at it and say, how do I avoid risk of arrest, risk of alarm, risk of the criminal penalties that go along with it? These restrictions do not apply to privately owned bathrooms and locker rooms throughout the rest of the state.
During Governor Cox's forum on Monday, people protested Bills 257 and 261 outside the Performance Hall. They say they want Governor Cox to know that they are still here and still care.
To reach out to our legislators, we tried to reach out to Governor Cox, and he still signed these bills into law, and he's not doing his job to represent minority rights and to protect minority rights as a politician.
You might be used to driving 55 miles per hour on Main Street near 1800 North, but that just changed. Sergeant Brenchley posted on Cache Valley Public 411 stating that the speed limit on 1800 North has changed to 50 miles per hour.
History Month at USU kicked off with a bang Friday night. Thanks to the Black Student Union, ATV's Ryan Lorensen takes you to BSU's Recreation Tiana's Place to show you what this month is really all about.
Soul Food is BSU's main event of the year.
We either do it at the beginning or the end of Black History Month.
According to Alexis Brown, Black History Month is important to the Black community here at Utah State.
It's extremely important, especially since the diversity here in Logan isn't amazing.
The Black Student Union hosts events all month to help people
Engulf themselves in the Black culture.
and each year they host a traditional soul food dinner.
We've got jambalaya on the menu today, as well as corn. We've also got some desserts and beignets.
Complete with a live jazz band. Dinner is served here at the Soul Food event at the TSC, and even though this food looks and tastes delicious, members of the Black Student Union say it's about more than just the food.
There isn't events like this in the community, so this is the one time a year that people can get together, enrich themselves in the Black African American culture, and also network and meet other people.
Being in a different community, being in a different environment, being with different races and different populations, with different religions and different ways of life, gives you an opportunity to connect to that real individual.
We want to show you that we're a part of your community and we want you to be a part of ours.
And this isn't the only event that USU are hosting as part of Black History Month. USU will have several events throughout the month, including a screening of the Emmy-nominated documentary, I Am Not Your Negro.
Being able to teach others and include other people in my experience is really important to me. I don't think a lot of people get that education just because it is not as diverse as many other states.
But regardless of Logan's diversity,
We want to make everybody feel included, especially students that are Black and other students of color.
Ryan Lorensen, ATV News.
USU's next event for Black History Month is the Business, Race, and Society Forum this Friday at 10:30 in Huntsman Hall. For information on Joder Black History Month events, check out our Facebook page.
It's been a snowy day outside. The current temperature is 37 degrees.
And in sports, Ryan Lorensen joins us in studio to show you how the Aggies are doing in spring sports.
Women's gymnastics hosted the SUU Thunderbirds Friday, and it was a nail-biter that left the Aggies scoring some season and career highs. Welcome to ATV Sports. I'm Ryan Lorensen. Let's head back over to the Spectrum for some gymnastics magic. It was the Aggies Spectrum Magic meet on Friday night, and the team had high hopes. Getting right into it on bars, it was all eyes on junior Danny Kirstein, who scored a 9.90. She and senior Brianna Brooks shared the Mountain West Co-Specialist of the Week honors for the event. And now moving on to beam, listen to the crowd's reaction here. Senior Lexi Aragon earned herself some Mountain West Specialist of the Week honors after this dismount scored her a career-high 9.925. And finally, onto the floor, freshman Nyla Morabito was named the Mountain West Freshman of the Week after scoring her own 9.925 for her floor routine, with USU winning in this event. Unfortunately, these high scores weren't quite enough to push the Aggies past the T-Birds, falling by nearly half a point. Head coach Kristen White said the team's goal for the meet was to reach the 196 mark and that she couldn't be happier for them. The Aggies lost 81-67 against San Diego State over the weekend, led by Great Osobor with 37 minutes and 17 points. The team was back at home last night. Let's see how they did. The Spectrum was packed for the basketball edition of Spectrum Magic as Nevada came into town. And the Aggies got the herd excited quick with this feed coming from junior Great Osobor to sophomore center Isaac Johnson for the early jam. More excitement as Osobor makes a nice block on Nevada's Daniel Foster, leaving Johnson to finish up the defensive play. And even more to be excited about with this three-point shot here by senior guard Darius Brown II. On to the second half, where Nevada came out of the locker room with a 9-point lead. Senior Nevada guard Keenan Blackshear got things started for the Wolfpack with this easy drive and dunk. Not to be outdone, Isaac Johnson and Great Osobor down low to clean up the original layup missed by Johnson, and Osobor taking it home for another 2 points. Off we go down to the other end, a nice feed by Wolfpack forward Trey Coleman to fellow forward KJ Himes for an easy 2 points here. Nevada ran away with this one in the closing minutes, giving the Aggies their second straight loss. The NCAA tournament is just around the corner, and the Aggies are projected as the 5th seed in the Midwest bracket, where they would play Grand Canyon University. And you can catch some first and second round games at the Delta Center March 21st through the 23rd. Fingers crossed that some of our local teams make it to that location. The hockey team is at home this weekend for the Mountain West Collegiate Hockey League tournament at the Eccles Ice Center. Play begins at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and the Aggies have their first round match against Montana at 7. Men's tennis continued their winning ways with a 5-2 win at Idaho State on Friday and a 7-0 sweep at home against Montana State on Sunday. The team is at home again this Sunday against the University of Denver. And finally in track, the Aggies held their home indoor meet at the Fieldhouse on Saturday, where sophomore Logan Hammer cleared 5.37 meters on pole vault. That not only won him the event, but it earned him America First Credit Union USU Student Athlete of the Week honors. And now that you're all caught back up on sports, I'll hand it back to you at the desk, Kaylee.
Thanks, Ryan. Are you a part of the LGBTQ plus community and want a place to hang out and have a good time? You may just have to wait. It's been close to 3 years since construction halted on the Logan and Circle House. This Encircle House in Salt Lake City is an example on what the Logan and Circle House could be if construction begins again. Encircle says they help youth who are questioning their sexuality and want to know more on what attracts them. Encircle officials say there is no clear date on when construction will begin again. Thanks for joining us on our first edition of ATV Fastcast.
You can find this and other editions of ATV News on our Facebook page.
We'll leave you with some more shots of the Soul Food Dinner.
Have a great week, Cache Valley.